On today's show,
we discuss Tobias Harris's Sixers debut, the Celtics' latest meltdown, and the new update in the Anthony Davis saga.
Trae Young is here to talk about his fantastic rookie season, All-Star Weekend, and play a game called Freezin'.
And we've got some classic doinkers in a brand new batch of Weekend Whoopsies.
It's Monday, February 11th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey. I'm J.E. Skeets, alongside me as always, Tass Mellis, the Aussie, Lee Ellis, and over yonder, well, that's the bearded one, that's Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey, yo! Trey, what's up?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag The Starters, and guys, believe it or not, MLB spring training starts this week, and among those in attendance will be none other than country music legend and Starters favorite, Garth Brooks. Yeah, Garth Brooks. He's going to be practicing with the Pittsburgh Pirates this week as the 20-year anniversary of his Teammates Foundation to celebrate his back in the day when he was playing with the Padres. As you can see here, still got it at the hot corner. Now, this is a nice way to build a little buzz during spring training. Perhaps the NBA could do something similar, which brings us to today's question. Which musician should get a 10-day contract in the NBA? And if you've been watching this show a while, you already know what time it is. It's Bieber time, baby.
Yeah!
The guy won the All-Star Celebrity Game MVP in 2011, but he's a grown man now. How would his body hold up against the pros, and would they actually guard him, or would it be sort of a pickup scenario? Only time will tell, but we want to hear from you. So let us know on Twitter which musician should get a 10-day. Send us your best tweets to hashtag The Starters. We'll hear from you later.
All right, get your tweets in. On tonight's show, Hawks rookie Trae Young is going to join us live in studio. We got new Weekend Whoopsies. We got a very solid play. But we start with a little what you got. If you're new to the show, here's how this works. We're going to debate some NBA question that Trae's going to throw at us and ultimately pick an answer, but, you know, it almost doesn't matter because there's only one correct response, and that's whatever TK says it is. Trey.
A couple of players traded at the deadline made debuts for their new teams this weekend. Tobias Harris started both of his first two games with the Sixers, scoring 18 per as Philly went 2-0. While on Saturday, Marc Gasol came off the bench to score 7 in 18 minutes of a Raptors win over the Knicks. Guys, what was the more impressive start, Tobias Harris or Marc Gasol? What you got?
Well, it's got to be Tobias Harris. He's got the head start on Marc Gasol, playing 2 games in Philly, and he's got that hype train in Philly, real hype. People are very pumped to see these 4 All-Stars, let's call them that, because they deserve that All-Star status, play together. They played in great harmony. Everybody was doing their part on Friday night, then they smashed the Lakers on Sunday. So people wondering, are all these personalities going to work out? Well, so far, everybody is playing, up to their capabilities and being good boys on the basketball floor because, you got a couple guys coming up to the end of their contracts in Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler, so they have to play well. Tobias Harris, I think, showed in these games, wow, that was a monster dunk, that he is great playing off the ball. He doesn't need the ball in his hands, and that's very important with a guy like that. And I think what's sort of lost in this is that Tobias Harris is an elite three-point shooter, not just good. But at 44%, he's 7th in the league. That's going to help Joel Embiid get space down low, like he did, smashing the Lakers for 37 points. And Ben Simmons, who doesn't have a jump shot quite yet. He took a three-pointer this weekend, but he gives him space. So I think Tobias Harris right now, it's a perfect mix of him in that starting lineup. So far, so great.
It's an upgrade over Wilson Chandler because he can put it on the floor and go inside and score, or he can step out and hit that three-pointer. So far, things are looking good. And also, let's not forget, good win against the Denver Nuggets on Friday night, good team, and the Lakers, who had that inspiring win on Thursday night against the Celtics. So it wasn't like they just blew away 2 teams that have nothing to play for. So that was pretty impressive. Marc Gasol, though, coming off the bench, I mean, just showing what a vet he is. And there was no complaining about he wants to start or anything like that. Just goes out there, does his job. Only 7 points and 6 rebounds, but you can just see already that he is going to adapt and adjust to whatever the Raptors need from him. There'll probably be times where he does come into that starting lineup for whatever reason, but he's happy to come off the bench and just contribute like he did. So thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, you immediately see the benefit of having a second playmaker if you're the Raptors in the big Spaniard, Marc Gasol at the high elbow, and you can run things through him. And Coach Nurse talked about it, and he's going to be experimenting a little bit here. Who do you pair him with? Who do you play him with? Do you start him or not? Is it the platoon center position where Serge maybe starts, or maybe it's Marc Gasol, depending on the matchup? How do you end games? He's got time here, 25 games or so, to figure out the best lineup, but he fit in perfectly right away. I mean, he should have had more assists in this game when he was playing in his first game. He only played 19, 20 minutes. I know it was against the Knicks, but there was many plays where he set up guys, and they just miss, some gimmies or ones that they would normally knock down. So that very easily could have been like a 7-6-5 type of line in 19 minutes. But both great, new team debuts, both Tobias Harris over the weekend in the 2 games and Marc Gasol. So it is tough. I think we all probably lean towards Tobias. Trey, what's the answer?
I'm leaning Tobias as well. He fit right in, and the Sixers already got a nickname out of it, the Fantastic Five. I don't know if I love it, but any nickname is better than no nickname. Moving on, the Boston Celtics have won 10 of their last 13 games, but blowing huge leads in back-to-back losses has left the team in turmoil. Because after losing a 28-point lead to the Clips on Saturday, Marcus Morris said it's just not fun for the Celtics and that all he sees is a bunch of individuals. Y'all buying this Celtics beef or nah? What you got?
I mean, beef, I don't know if that's the right word, but, from the outside looking in, there sure seems to be some, friction here between certain members of this squad, be it the vets and the young guys, or the lines are drawn somewhere else. We've now had 3 Celtics guys this season. Marcus Morris, the latest, and he said a couple things prior, Marcus Smart, and then Kyrie Irving, established leaders on this squad, call out their team after a little bump in the road. That's the weird part. Like, they've won a lot of games over the last 35 or 36 games. An 8-0 stretch, a 10 out of 11 stretch, and then they've had these little lulls, I guess, where they lose 3, or in this case, they've blown 2 huge leads, the Lakers and then the Clippers, and then it's like the sky is falling and no one likes basketball and everybody seems to sort of hate each other and call each other out. It's a weird situation, but there's something going on here, right? This is something.
They win enough games.
Well, they're talented, but that doesn't mean, there's some dislike within the locker room.
Well, they know they're not playing to their capabilities. Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown are not having good enough seasons that meets their standard of play, that meets their level of talent. So, yeah, when they have these 2-game losing streaks, somebody says something. But they just came off a 5-game winning streak before that. They lost a game before that, and they came off a 5-game winning streak before that. Yeah, they know that they're better than this. They don't have Marcus Morris is right. They should be playing better. They don't have a cohesive unit. There's too much talent on that team to not be playing better. It has not come together at this point.
They looked like the best team in the East when they played the Warriors a couple of weeks ago and nearly beat them. And then they lose to a team that's not even trying to win in the Clippers. And the Lakers, of course, that was the big comeback. They say winning cures everything, but when this team loses, they really seem to turn on each other, which is a bit of a concern if you're Brad Stevens, because you have to be able to manage those lows as well as get on them when they're winning and playing well.
Right, because we've had a team meeting with the Celtics earlier in the season. We had Kyrie, calling out his teammates and then regretting that. We had the Jaylen Brown, Marcus Morris getting into it on the sidelines. Now Marcus Morris saying all this stuff against Smart. Like, this isn't just one time here. This is a continuing thing. But then they keep winning all these games. So it's like they get it out in the open. They almost share a little too much for everyone here, or they're almost like too truthful of what they're saying in terms of calling out the squad and the effort and playing for each other and stuff like that. It's very, very weird.
Yeah, they're not excelling in their roles quite yet. I mentioned Tatum, Hayward, and Brown. They're not good enough quite yet to be a championship team in the Eastern Conference. That has to improve if they're going to be the best.
Frustration is coming.
I think so. They know that they're not good enough.
Trey, what this beef, man? Is this real or not?
Oh, I'm buying this beef. I'm thinking about reopening my butcher shop, and I need an inventory. But moving on, the trade deadline is come and gone, and Anthony Davis is still a Pelican, and he'll be playing too, as reports suggest the league expects New Orleans to play Davis when he's healthy, or that league rules may result in fines for each game he sits. Guys, when it comes to the league rules mandating the AD plays, is that fair or unfair? What you got?
Well, this got really confusing just today, this story, because the league came out and said, no, we didn't threaten a fine or $100,000 for every game that he sit, even though it was reported that was what the league was going to do. I think this comes back to the fact that Anthony Davis said, I don't want to be a part of this franchise. So the team said, okay, well, you can sit down. Then he didn't get traded. He said, well, I do want to play again. And so the team's kind of in their right to say, well, hang on, we want to sit you down because we don't want to risk you getting an injury and potentially lowering your trade value when that will happen at the end of the season.
We also may want to lose more games than we win by having you sit down. That's the problem here, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. But then he did play Friday and Saturday night. So I would guess from that going forward that he is going to likely play in most games. And I guess towards the end of the season, when the season's well and truly over, maybe he then sits out the last 5 to 10 games or so, because that's what we see a lot of teams do. And this is where I think there's a little bit of a cloudy issue, because this is not the first time ever that a team has decided to sit a player. It happens every season. But if the league's going to come in and say, well, you have to play a guy if he's healthy, then that rule has to apply for every team. And
right. So we should have been talking about this when Chandler Parsons with the Grizzlies was healthy, cleared to play, and they didn't really want to play him. J.R. Smith is a
Yeah.
weird situation.
But he didn't
Carmelo,
demand a trade.
That's fair. That's
Right.
fair. That's what I mean. But we were talking about this leading up to the whole deadline about whether or not, if Anthony Davis doesn't get moved, this is going to be a problem because Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, one of their final plays, in my opinion, was, hey, if you don't trade him, he's playing.
Yeah.
And we're going to make a big stink out of this.
Yeah, but it's like they're sabotaging themselves at this point because they cut him out of the video intro. They told their fan base, hey, we're going to rally around each other. It doesn't matter if he doesn't want to be here, we're going to rally around each other. Now he plays, and the fan base boos.
Yeah.
Because they are bending to the NBA, and they realize that as the fan base. They look at this organization and say, hey, this isn't what we're supposed to be doing, what's good for our franchise, so it hurts them on both ends. They're booing while Anthony Davis is playing. It
Yeah.
only hurts.
Fair or unfair? Trey, you've got the answer.
Well, I think it's fair because I want to see Anthony Davis playing on the court. We need him for our top 10 plays. They're the best in sports.
You make a great point. You make a
Right.
great point, sir. All right, when we come back from that Trey to another Trey, Hawks guard Trae Young joins us live
Yeah.
in studio to discuss his solid rookie season and upcoming All-Star weekend. Don't go anywhere.
The Starters is presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey.
Welcome back to the Starters, where we're happy to welcome into the studio Hawks rookie Trae Young. Trae, thanks for coming, man.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Appreciate it. We've had so many Hawks, we had to get you in here.
Yeah, had to. I love it. This is one of my favorite shows.
You're going to get the starters
for
bump
watching.
now, too. You're going to go for like 40 or 50 in your next game. That's just what happens when you Hawks guys come in here. You kill it after. Let's get into the questions. We got a fun game as well. You guys started the season slowly, but over the last couple months, the team and yourself, you've really turned it on. You're averaging like 19 and 8 since, we got into 2019. What do you attribute to that turning things around? I know John Collins coming back in the lineup, I'm sure helped, but is there something specific, for the team and yourself that has got you guys playing pretty good ball here lately?
Yeah, I think, early on in the season, we had a lot of injuries.
Yep.
John included. So I think just everybody getting back healthy and just playing more minutes. I think for me, just continuing to play more games, get more comfortable. The game is slowing down a lot more for me in the NBA. So I think just the more games I play, the more comfortable I get. So I think that's really just the main thing and why everybody and why our team is getting more comfortable and winning more games.
For sure. Today we had some news with your team. We learned that your teammate,
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin, is finalizing a buyout with the Hawks. Sounds like he's going to go sign with our team, the Toronto Raptors. We're pretty pumped about that. But what did you learn from, a vet in Jeremy Lin over the 50 or 60 games or so? And are you sad to see him go?
Yeah, I'm very sad to see Jalen go. I mean, he's been a great role model, mentor for me. I have so many stories just from listening to him and asking him a lot of questions. I'm sad to see him go, but I'm happy to see he's still going to be in the league and playing.
Right.
I know he's going to do great things for Toronto.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about how great a teammate he is. That
Yeah.
checks out, does it, for sure?
Yeah, he's definitely a great teammate. Better, I would even say as good of a player he is, he's a better person. So that's a good attribute to have.
For sure. You got a busy weekend coming up
Yeah.
here in Charlotte. On Friday night, you're in the Rising Stars game. On Saturday, you're in the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. With that Rising Stars game, you got to get the U.S. team a win here. I hope you've talked about this with some of your guys because the world is dominating this
Yeah.
game. They're taking like 4 of the last
sure.
5, but you and John are on the U.S. team. Have you guys talked about strategy? You want to go get this win? What's going on?
Oh, for sure. Me and John talked about it. Fox, Donovan, Kuz, we've all been
Nice.
talking about we need to get a win. Last year wasn't the type of game that the U.S. wanted.
Yep.
So we definitely want to go out and get a win. We've been talking about it a little bit, so I think we're all excited and going to go out there and try to compete and win.
Are you excited for the weekend overall,
Oh.
including the Skills Challenge? Yeah.
For sure, I'm very excited. Skills Challenge is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to going out there and having fun with that, and then rooting for my guy and winning the dunk contest.
I was just going to
John
ask you
Collins.
that. John Collins in the dunk contest. Have you seen him practicing? Are you going to be helping him out? What can you tease us with anything? You like his
Y'all are
chances.
my guys. Y'all are my guys. But I don't know if I can tell y'all. that.
Fair. You like his
Embargo.
chances. You like his chances.
I
Though.
love his chances. I love his chances and going out and winning it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you've been throwing oops to him all year long.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
really, you've been setting him up left and right, and he's been delivering on that end. So
You didn't give us any secrets, but you got us excited for his chances.
Yeah, for sure.
he's a big
So-
man in the dunk contest. Always not easy for the big man.
Yeah, I know.
but he's got
It's,
the hops.
it's definitely not easy. But someone who went to Oklahoma, Blake Griffin won it.
Fair.
So I
Dwight's
think-
won it before.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. So there's been some big guys who win it, and John has definitely a really good chance. I'll go for him.
Were you hoping for an invite in the 3-point shootout, or?
I was just excited to be able to participate in anything. I mean, I don't think the way I shot this year, I mean, represents myself and what I wanted to do. But maybe one year, hopefully one year I can win that.
He's basically asking you because he'll practice with you, is what he's he'll practice and take some shots.
That's what's up.
All right, let's get to the fun stuff of the segment here. We wanted to play a game with you.
Okay.
We call it Freeze It, inspired by your nickname, Ice Trey. It's easy. We'll show you something from an NBA game, but we'll freeze the tape, and you're going to tell us what happens next. We'll give you 3 options,
Okay.
A, B, or C. The first one, it's your teammate, John Collins, from something that happened earlier this year. He had his career high. He had 30 in this game. He goes off the court, and we're going to freeze it right here. So tell us, does he steal a fan's hat? Does he B, slap the usher? Or C, get a drink poured on him?
This one's the easy one. This is B. This is B.
B, slaps the usher.
Let's see
Let's
it.
roll the tape.
Oh, man.
Poor guy. Now he's
That's my little man, too.
Yeah, so you know this
I know.
employee here.
Yeah, he's one of our ball boys. We know he's always around, too. Give him a hard time.
How was he after that? Was everything?
I mean, they came to measures and worked it out. He's good, though.
All right, next one, we've got Steph Curry all by himself on the break here. Rare opportunity for a point guard. So is he A, going to botch this, or B, airball a 3-pointer, which I don't know how he's going to take a 3-pointer, or C, both?
Ooh. This one's C in both.
Yeah.
He's in the club.
He usually doesn't airball. But I've never seen this.
This is crazy.
Yeah, has this ever happened before?
He's
Yeah,
human.
you gotta clean up the wet spot.
Yeah.
Blame it's the wet spot right there.
Yeah, blame that wet spot.
If you were on a fast break like Steph there, because he said he had big plans, he was going to throw down something. What could you throw down on the fast break, Trey?
I'd probably do like a 360 windmill.
Yeah.
Put my hand behind my head and
Something simple.
some slight.
Some
slight.
All right, this next one is the Heat mascot, Bernie. All right, he's going to attempt to clear his peers here. Is he A, going to have his head fall off, B, crush 2 mascots, or C, catch on fire? This is an old clip.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe we've stumped him here.
Yeah, gotta go vintage.
I think I'm gonna go with B.
B, he's going to crush 2 mascots. Let's see what the tape says here. Oh! You're right, Trey. You're very right.
Yep.
3 for 3.
But he thought he landed it.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yes.
He's hyped too.
Yeah, he's like,
He's
yes.
celebrating no matter what. All right, next one. It's another one of your teammates, Vince Carter. He's going to go up high in the sky here. Now, Vince, usually going to throw this down. So is he going to A, windmill dunk it, B, tomahawk dunk it, or C, is he going to miss this layup against the Heat here?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember this play.
Yeah.
He missed the layup.
Oh.
He missed
All
the
right,
layup.
let's check the
Let's find
tape.
out.
Guys.
Oh, he pulls out of it.
We were giving him jokes about this one. He should have.
He was good at
2005
it.
Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Windmill, dunked it.
Yeah. He just thought twice of it.
It's weird to see if Vince missed anything. All right, last one for you here. This is Jimmy Butler against you guys. You're on the floor.
That's you.
He's about to take a shot here. So is he going to A, swish this, B, airball it, or C, wedgie it in between the rim and the backboard?
Ooh.
A hint, we love our wedgies here on the starters.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with y'all on this.
Let's roll the tape.
I mean, you were there. You saw this in person.
It's pure. That
Oh,
wedgie
my
is pure.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pure.
Yeah.
It's a good 25 on the season. We need a lot more, but
Thanks for playing.
We're getting there.
That's awesome.
Trey, can't thank you enough, man, for coming on. Really appreciate it.
No, appreciate you guys again for having me on.
Continued success. We'll see you in Charlotte.
Yeah.
See you in Charlotte, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
When we come back, we got a brand new batch of Weekend Whoopsies, the hoops and the bloops. Got some classic doinkers in here. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. Time for some Weekend Whoopsies.
This was a wild one. Dario Saric just wants to shoot a free throw, but everybody starts playing musical chairs at the line. I'm gonna just hang out in the free
you
throw
go.
lane. No, I'm going over here, okay? Well, if you're going over here, then I gotta go over here. Well, I'm going over here. What? Well, that's what Mike Allen's delay of game.
Playing game for everybody. Love this scene with Jimmy Butler desperately wanting JJ Redick's attention post-game. Hey, JJ. Hey, JJ. 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 Hey, JJ. Yeah.
ESPN's Dave Pasch asks Bill Walton to take a bite of a cupcake that's lit. And he does it! Bill,
National treasure.
you're a legend,
Yes.
Bill Walton.
Never change, Bill Walton. Got a classic doinker here off the kick ball.
Oh!
Yeah. Gets Jeff Green right in the kisser. Oh. That one's going to leave a mark.
Marking it.
Nice.
Memphis, they love their wrestling. Here we go. That's Mick Foley on the left.
Oh, look like mankind.
This fan goes up. He's ready to get hammered by the Grizzlies mascot.
Super Grizz!
Drops the elbow
Right on the waist.
in front of Cactus Jack.
Oh my God! He broke him into two! Ben Simmons,
Oh, nice pass.
beautiful pass.
Whoa, baby.
Yeah, really ricochets back. I mean, at first you're like, is this over and back?
Tobias Harris already fitting in, knew exactly where to be on that.
Yeah.
JaVale McGee is open, and he lets everyone know here. You can even listen in. Yeah, that's him screaming. I'm open. And a nice little finish for JaVale, too. Nice.
Yeah, it was a good finish, you're right. Gotta let the guy know you're open, I guess. Another doinker. This is Clay and Cousins, a little give and go. Yeah, off the dome.
Watch Clay here.
I hope this counts as an assist, yeah.
He raises his hand like it did, yeah.
Yep.
Just what I meant.
It's great to have Dion Waiters back in the league. Usually it's buckets, but this one is in the crowd. Try to shoot it where Steph shoots his tunnel shot from.
Yeah,
A little extra on this one.
it's a good ending there.
Yeah,
to
that's
that
me.
game.
Yeah, my bad.
When we come back, Lily's very solid play. Tonight on NBA TV, Game Night Monday, Mavericks versus Rockets. Little Texas two-step, 8 p.m. Eastern here on the network. All right, our pick and play tonight. What a game. What a game. Knicks and Cavs. This is actually tough to try and figure out who's going to win this, but myself, Tass, and Trey are going with the Cavs at home, and Lee, the biggest Knicks fan I know, taking New York on the road.
They're due, okay?
GSP.
Yeah, this is a beauty from Saturday from the Utah Jazz. Look at this ball movement. It's technically a boomerang and a swish bomb from Jingles. Beautiful.
Very nice.
That's what I call a very solid play.
Very solid indeed. Also solid, we got a drop podcast for you tomorrow. Yeah, get a real good shot of that Knicks fan with those thumbs. Drop podcast up on Tuesday. We'll get up as soon as possible. We got a crazy week. We got shows here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here in Atlanta, but then we head to Charlotte for All-Star Weekend. On Friday, you see NBA TV's schedule. You got the Rising Stars practice, Game Time Live, the Hall of Fame press conference, and then the starters live from Charlotte. That's a 90-minute show at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And then on Saturday, we got a watch party and a podcast. If you're in Charlotte, come join in the fun. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks to Trey Young for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, everyone loves seeing non-athletes in jerseys.
Brace tonight, people.